All right, so we are going to start kneeling down, right? Oh, here comes trouble. I have to get up to move my dog. Chase her out of here. Troublemaker. All right, so we're going to start on the knees, and we're going to start breathing, okay? So inhaling and exhaling. So you're going to start to feel your body, your front and your back body open from each other, okay? So you're going to start to feel this good opening of front and back body. So as you're kneeling, the shins are grounded. You're breathing in, you'll feel your lungs expand front, sides, and back. And as you exhale, you feel everything come in nice and strong, right? And relax and empty. We try that again, breathing in. Make sure you have lots of space at the heart. So front and back of the heart open up, front and back of the belly open up, right to left you're open. You also feel that same opening at your throat, front to back, right to left. And again, nice inhale and exhale. So we'll begin by rounding through that lower back. And inhale, stretching up and forward. Okay, so keep the front and back body open while you do this. Go ahead and come back and round through the back. Back of the neck opens. And then pressing up and open. Front of the throat, heart, belly opens. Try that a couple more times. You're going to round back and come forward. And one more time, rounding back and forward. Good. So we'll come forward onto hands and knees. Open up your knees quite a bit here. And just start to rocking through your wrists. So just kind of getting this release and rocking through the wrists. Coming into neutral position and moving your hips right to left, head right to left. Breathing in and breathing out as you do this, right? Inhale and exhale. Awesome. Come right into the center. Stretch up into that cat stretch again. Stretch the back of the neck. And then release down into that cow pose. Opening up way down here, you guys. Way down at the bottom of the hips. So let's try that again. Exhale. And inhale. Beautiful. We're going to come right up into neutral position and we'll stretch that right leg out. And here's where you get to practice that internal rotation of that leg. So your hip feels like it's very strong. Your thigh feels like it's rotating inward, which means the toes point down. Your little pinky toe points down. We'll take that opposite arm out, thumb is up, and plug that arm into the shoulder and extend the body a little bit more, you guys, as you breathe in and breathe out. Stay with it. Come on, you. Make problems. Sorry. All right, let's lower that down. I'll try the other side. So when you guys are ready, just stay in neutral position with the spine. And we'll take that left leg out, trust it out there, flexing through the foot. And again, you want to feel an internal rotation. So when you rotate inwards, the pinky toe points downward. And you keep hugging strong into that hip. Extend the right arm. Plug the arm back into the shoulder. Lift and lengthen. So you're breathing deeply, you guys. You're inhaling and exhaling. You're finding that good strength. Beautiful. Let's lower that down. Curl the toes. Stretch back into downward dog. And bend the knees here. So you're going to squat back into your downward dog. And as you're squatting, feel your thighs rotate inward. Knees stay straight, toes stay strong, fingers stay strong. And then lengthen through your legs and draw the heels down. Get that little arch to your lower back so you can spread open the lower belly. Reach the head down, ears relax down. And then ripple through your spine like you didn't do cat stretch in through plank. So ripple through your spine and come forward. Keep your toes flexed. Drop your hips down and press through your thighs. So this is, again, you're working into your back bend. You want to try to keep that strength in your legs where they feel like they're rotating in. Your belly lifts, chest spreads open, front to back, right to left, crown of the head lifts. Now again, ripple like you do cat stretch. So suck in like cat stretch and press back into downward dog. And as you come into downward dog, arch your lower back, stretch those heels down. Take the sides of your chest wall and send it forward. So you're breathing in, breathing out. And ripple through one more time, you guys. cat stretch through plank. Iron the body out in plank. Legs are strong right at the hips. Let the hips come down, working into that up dog, back bend. Hips and thighs are strong, neck is elevated. And one more time, cat stretch. Just suck all the way in, stretch it back, and you breathe. And we'll take that right leg up to the sky. And again, you're feeling like your leg is strong. Your thigh is rotated in, heel is down. Get good length to your spine, everybody. Good length to the arms. Breathe in, breathe out. Circle that ankle around a few times. Circle the other way. We're going to tuck this knee into the chest here. And we're going to bring the knee underneath that left arm so that the outside of your thigh, it's not pigeon pose, you're just sending the outside of your hip and thigh to the ground. And we'll come down onto the forearms and see if you can come right onto your belly. So your right leg is across to the left. And you have this nice little torso twist. And see if you can get your back leg a little bit longer, a little bit stronger. So right at that hip, you're finding your strength and extension of the back leg. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale and exhale. So really settle into this, you guys. Beautiful. To use the hands to come right back up into that downward dog. So press up and press back. And just reach open again through the back. Feel a little bit of a difference in the back here now that you did that stretch. Bring your left leg up to the sky. Flex your foot. And feel the strength of your legs so you're not flaring your hip out. Breathing. A little more strength and lift. We'll tuck the knee in. And as you tuck in, you bring your whole leg up under your right arm. Settle the shin, settle the outside of your thigh to the floor. So you're coming into this rotation. Come all the way down to the side of your leg and your hip. Come onto your forearms. If you need to stay on your hands, you'll stay on your hands. So it's a twist to the spine. You're getting a stretch on the outside of your leg and the glutes. And try to get your back leg longer and stronger. So you're getting that internal rotation of that back leg. Breathing in, breathing out. All right, let's go ahead and press ourselves up again. And reaching back. Now do that little squat again. And cross your right ankle over your left thigh. So you're going to push back. And this is external rotation at your thigh. And then step your right foot to your right hand. So step it up there. Come into a nice deep lunge, everybody. Big, big lunge. So walk it up a little further if you need to. Open up your whole body. Bring that back leg down. So all the way down. Elongate your shin. See if we can rise up. So this is going to really open up the areas of the belly, the kidneys, liver, stomach, all that good stuff. Make sure you're opening the back, so the back is puffing out as well as the front. Bring your hands to the heart, lift up. So front and back heart open, front and back belly open. Back leg is strong. So you feel like an internal rotation of that back leg. And releasing it down. Bringing your hands to the blocks of the floor, curl the back toes, and straighten out your front leg. Come into that forward bend. Again, keeping that body nice and long and strong. Now tip your pelvis so that you're doing like a little like cow pose. And elongate your spine, open front to back. All right, let's ground your back foot and rise up. So we're going to come into that posture that I was highlighting at the beginning. So you want to make sure that your weight is into your back foot. Your foot is so strong on the floor that the floor is holding your foot and shin and knee. And you're internally rotating your back leg. So you take your back thigh right at the hip joint and you feel like you're turning it in toward your other leg. Reach the arms up. And go into a back bend. Keep the strength of that back leg. And pull those elbows back. So you're breathing in and breathing out. Even though you're grounded in your front foot, you want to feel that back leg get super, super strong, super, super open. Breathe deeply. Inhale and exhale. Open that hip and lift that back hip a little bit more. Beautiful. Let's release. Open up through the arms. Squeeze the hands and elbows and palms together behind you. Lift through the chest. Throat is open. So again, front and back body open wide. Everybody this morning, breathe in, breathe out. Invigorate your spine. Let's release. Bring it down. And step back into downward dog. Whew. All right. So spread your fingers wide. Let the head come down. Let the heels come down. Take the sides of your chest wall and stretch them forward. Forward is like toward the crown of your head. Dip that head down. Bring that left ankle across your right thigh. So you're going to squat. This is like when you would do a seated pigeon, a figure four. And squat back into your hips. So external rotation. Squat, squat, squat. And then step your left foot to your left hand. So you're going to press it up there. Walk it up there. And then drop your back leg down. Back knee down. Back shin long if you can. Opening your hip. Nice. Okay, so your back leg is strong. Belly is in. Hands to the heart if you're doing this part. You're coming up. Yep. And you're sitting into your hip as you open your body deeply. Okay, so again, front body opens forward. Back body opens backwards. Right opens right. Left opens left. Breathe deeply and find space. And then slowly release the hands down. Curl the toes of the back foot. Extend up. Put your weight into the back and fold over your front leg. So use those yoga blocks to help you with your position. And as we fold over that front leg, do a little tiny arch to your low back, you guys, and lengthen your spine. Let the head come down. Breathe in, breathe out. And we'll rise up to work our pyramid back bend. So you'll come on up. And again, weight is strong in your back leg. Back leg rotates in, turns in, right? Your knees stay steady, your knees not flopping in. So you want to use the ground to hold that back foot and knee steady and keep squeezing or rotating in as you come into your back bend. So you lift up and you work your bend in your back, keeping both legs straight. Right? Back leg is our focus point. Open the heart. See if you can keep lifting that hip and strengthening your leg and hip joint. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. We're going to bring it in and step your feet together right to the front of your yoga mat. So come right to the front. Bring your feet together. Inhaling up. Exhale. Come down to chair. Squeeze the elbows. Squeeze the hips. Clasp the hands together here. And open up your chest as you fold forward. Straight legs. Press the arms over the head. Squeeze your elbows together. Palms together. Tone through the legs. Inhale and exhale. And bring your left hand down. And that right arm turns up. Bend your left knee and shift your pelvis. And open up your body a little bit more to that right side. So you can lift your chest. Lift that right side of your waist to the ceiling. You're lifting that right hip. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring it back with your hands behind your back again. Clasp your hands. Reach over, you guys. Squeeze into the hips and the lower belly. Breathe deeply. Bringing the right hand down. Bending the right knee and stretch up that left arm. And lift your chest to the left. Lift your waist. Lift your hips. Breathe deeply. Bring it back to the center and clasp, legs straight. Squeeze the elbows a little bit more now and wring out those shoulders. Bring the hands all the way over your head to the floor. Let the head relax. Keep the hands clasped and rise up. Bring it all the way up. Bring the hands together, stretch up. You're gonna grab hold of that right elbow and press it back behind you, right? So getting that nice stretch here, pull the elbow back. Grab that left elbow and pull it back. Right, get that good stretch here. Keep moving the elbows back as you straighten out the arms and bring the arms over to the right side. Yeah. So you guys are pulling the elbows back, both of them. As you come into this side bend, you want to continuously have your thighs strong, so you're working those upper thighs into the hips. And see if you can really take this right side of your waist and press it to the floor on that right side. So open up that side of the waist. Don't hold back. Inhale, lift up. Now let's come over to the other side. So elbows back, everybody, elbows back more. Legs strong. See if you can take that left side of your waist and reach it to the floor. Don't hold on. Beautiful. Releasing it down. Take your forward fold again. Step into plank position. So we're going to step into plank. And from plank, you'll take your right knee down and take that left leg out to the side. We're just going to reach the hands forward and press the hips back. Again, lots of space in the body, lots of space in the hips. Inhale, come all the way up and come up onto the knee. Yep. Lifting up, right? So you're all the way up, you guys, into that gate pose. Breathe in, breathe out. You're going to take that right hand down, the yoga block on the floor. And you're going to take this left foot and bring it like tree pose, if you can. If you can't do that, you just put it down, right? But see if you can get that right into tree pose. Squeeze your inner thigh and your foot together. Breathing in, breathing out. If you can let go, let go. If you need to hold on, you still hold on. Inhale, exhale. And then releasing it back and extend and open up the chest. Open up the heart. Now I want you guys to really squeeze your leg here. So it's rotating inward, drawing the belly strong. So again, you open the front, open the back, open the side body, open the heart, and then reach your leg back, grabbing that foot or ankle, moving that foot to the back wall rather than to your butt. So press your forefoot into your hand. Pull your shoulder forward. Instead of pulling your shoulder back, pull that shoulder forward. And press your leg and your foot to the back wall. Internal rotation at that thigh. 2. And when you release, you let go, and you're going to take that knee and cross it behind the other leg. So you're going to squeeze that knee behind the other. So you get this cross going, and you'll sit back as best you can. You might not be able to go so far in this one. Or maybe you're able to, but you want to sit into the butt, not rounding the back. So see if you can work inward at the hips to release the outside of the hips. And release it back into the center. Come back into plank. Open the chest. Body is strong, breathing deeply. Strengthen through the spine. Bring that left knee down and the right leg out to the side. We're going to walk the hands forward. Stretch your hips back. See if you can get back a little bit more, you guys. Just breathe into your body, like unrestrict, unrestrict. And we'll come up, come all the way up into gate pose. So we're going to come into this kneeling position. Come over to the left. And pick that foot up to tree pose. So again, you can do it on your own, do it on your own. If you want to use your hand like I'm doing and you're holding the leg, go ahead and do it. But you're pressing into your legs. You're breathing in, breathing out. And then we'll extend, release, let that go, lifting that leg up. So again, you want to keep all this. It's just a quick reminder over and over and over again. And keep the back open and the front open. Right and left side of the body open. Lift that leg a little bit more. Lift the heart. And reach it back behind. Grab hold of your foot if you can, your ankle, whatever it is, right? And press your ankle and foot into your hands. So you're moving that foot to the back wall. You're moving your shoulder forward, right? The one that's holding the foot, top shoulder forward. So internal rotation at that thigh, right at the hip. And open back as much as you can. Breathing in, breathing out. When we come forward, you're going to cross that knee behind, so you kind of sneak around to the front. And you'll take that knee and cross it behind or over the other side. I'm going to sit back. And just keep using your hands to push back into your glutes and go as far as you can into your hips. Again, you want to practice that internal rotation. Get a little deeper. Squeeze in the low belly. 2 more breaths. And 1. Woo. All right, let's come on up into plank and then come into downward facing dog. Take our right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee in the air. And external rotation at the hip. So really open up that leg. And we'll step that foot forward. We're going to practice quick little triangle pose. So you're going to come right up into triangle. Turn to the side so you can see right leg is out. And get this nice open position. So again, you guys, you want to have your pelvis steady. So find the pelvis. Don't let your pelvis slant or turn. But you're externally rotating now at that thigh, right? So get that nice and open. Yeah. Come over to that right side. Take this top arm up first. And then bring it behind your head here, just like that. Reach the head back, reach the elbow back. Breathe deeply. Open up your chest here a little bit more. Reach the head back a little bit more, you guys. Breathe in, breathe out. And we're going to rise up. Keep the hand behind the head there. Extend that right arm. Just bend the back knee. And flex your front foot. Flex. You're going to pull that arm back like you're doing archer's pose. You're going to sink into your hips. Breathe in, breathe out. And rise up, rise up, rise up. You'll bend that knee. You're going to pick up the back foot, turn around, and come into twist. So you're going to bring that left arm around. You're going to bring it to the outside. Slide it down. Squeeze into your hips, so internal rotation. Lift up that top arm. Straight up, you guys. And lots of space at your waist. So open up front and back body. Hug those thighs inward. Rotate inward. Turn your chin if you can. Squeeze into the belly a little more. And unwind. Rise up. Good job. Turn the feet in the direction you're facing. Toes are forward. Internal rotation at the thighs. Bring your hands to the hips here. Lots of space. So this feels like it's opening out and the back feels like it's opening out. Okay, so lots of space. As we come into our back bend, internal rotation at the legs. And open your hips. So feel your feet really strong against the ground so that your knees don't turn. Your feet and your leg strength are helping you to hold your knees while you rotate at the joint of the hip to open up the pelvis more. Open up the belly more. And releasing it up. Come forward, you guys. You're going to keep those legs rotating in, narrowing in through the hips. Lower belly strong. So now you're going to work the short distance between the hip bone and the thighs, right? So you're contracting those muscles there. Toes can turn in a little bit. And you rotate it a little more. So if you want to grab the sitting bones and open them out. Glutes open out. Clasp the hands behind the back. And lift. Lift the arms. So you're continuing to feel that rotation at the hip joint, but you're not letting those knees rock in. Your knees are super straight and strong. Breathe in, breathe out. All right. And release, rise up. Awesome. And turn to the front. All right. Nice and slow today, guys. Let's go ahead and open up into downward dog again. With the sides of the chest open. Just hang in your downward dog in such a way that you can feel your brain relax, your eyes relax, your throat relax, and you can feel your breath completely, thoroughly, purely feel the breath. Left leg's going to come up to the sky. You're going to lift your left leg up. You're going to bend that knee in the air and open your hip. You are breathing deeply here. We'll step that leg forward, right? And we're going to keep that external rotation or find it again for triangle pose on this side. So again, just continuing to learn our strength, have the pelvis strong, external rotation way up here at the thigh bone, rotating out while the hips stay strong. Get this good extension, coming over to left side, lifting that right arm up, and bringing the right hand behind the head. Press the head back, press the elbow back, you guys, and breathe, breathe, breathe. Get lots of space in the throat, the heart, everything. Inhale and exhale. Now keep that hands as it is. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Bringing that arm out. Bending the back knee and flexing the front and pulling into arches pose. So foot flexes, coming into your hips. Keep rotating that leg open. Hip open. Pull, pull, pull a little deeper. And then come forward and bend this front knee. Pick up the toes of the back foot. Come around into our twist. So hug those legs in. Bring that right arm to the outside, guys. Keep the legs strong. Lift. Top arm up. Back leg strong. Breathing deeply. Go a little deeper into your rotation. Hug from the hips. 2 and 1. Rise up. Woo! So good, you guys. All right, you're going to turn your feet again in the direction you're facing and actually turn the toes out, little plie position. Come down to your squat. We're going to work into this external rotation so your hands can come to your thighs here. And you're rotating those thighs out. Maybe it might help you to hold your knees steady, like don't flop at the knees, but really work into the joint of the hips here. You're just going to press down at the pelvis. So the more that you rotate, the more the pelvis comes down, okay? So you're going to rotate a little more space, and your pelvis comes down a little bit more. Maybe you might want to go with the forearms and maybe stretch into the right one a little bit more and the left one. And you can kind of hinge forward now, like lean forward a little bit and press those legs backwards as you go a little right and left. So press open and stretching the inner thighs. Beautiful. And then rising up. Woo. And turn to the front. Come and have a seat. Do a quick little core work, belly work, hip flexor work. Continuing on with our good work that we did yesterday in our Pilates class. So we're going to first start with the legs straight, you guys, and get the glutes wide, right? So the hamstrings are going to open out to the side. Just kind of pull them out like that and sit up tall. And just point your toes, really strong point, and flex. Nothing really formal, just point and flex so you get as much length as you can without bending your knees, and flex. As much length as you can without bending, and flex. 2 more, and 1 more time. Good. So you're going to point through the toes. If you can keep that, maintain that, whatever works for you. Draw the belly in. Keep everything long and strong. Reach the arms out. Okay, so you're going to get your back really wide. Roll back into the back. So you're going to open up your back. Stretch those toes out. And then coming up, flex your feet. So we'll do that again. Point the toes and go back. Squeeze into the belly, lower belly right down here. And come up, squeeze the hips, flex your feet. Good, try to go a little bit lower now. Point the toes, try to go a little lower, see how far you can go. Point the toes. And come up and flex. And you want all the work in the belly. Try 2 more, go a little lower. And come up. Keep that heart open as you do this, guys. 1 more time. Just go back. And up. Good. Let's go ahead and bend the knees. Bring the shins together. Everything is strong here. You guys are squeezing all that in. You want to press in, right? Press in at the knees. Press in at the inner thighs. This internal rotation here. Squeeze those hip flexors. Lift your lower back. So reaching the arms up. You lean back until you feel that work in the tummy. So you lean back. You don't roll back on this one. So in this one, you're not rounding your back. Your back is up and you lean back and you feel that super strong core. And you're holding that and you extend your right leg up and down and left leg up and down. Lift through the crown of the head, please. Lift and down. Lift. You really want to feel the work in the waistline. So if you're not feeling it, you got to make some shifts so you can feel it. 4, 3, all the belly's working, shoulders relaxed. 2, and one. Beautiful. Grab hold, roll yourself down, coming onto the back. And as we come onto the back, make sure the core is working, the shoulders are relaxed, arms down by your side, tone up through your hip flexors. So right in between the pelvic bones, wrap them in, right? Like you have a pair of jeans that are really, really too small and you're trying to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze at your hips and lower belly. Hug everything in. Arms are gonna come up as you send the legs out one at a time, but keep those hips, lower belly, and thighs really strong, right? Don't forget about the glutes. Butt's working. A little bit of belly work here today. Keep your back nice and wide. Bring those arms a little bit higher over the forehead. Keep the crown of the head extended to the wall behind you. Keep the hip flexors working. Let's go. 8, 7, charge them in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands behind the head. Lift the legs up. Just a few of these, you guys. Lift the head up if you can. Keep the back strong. You guys are dropping from the butt right here. So you're going to squeeze down at the glutes and then bring it right back up. So head and shoulders lifted. Otherwise, you can put it down if you need to, right? Squeeze from the glutes. Bring it right back up. So you're squeezing from the booty down and back up. Down. Try not to swing. Keep your legs together really strong, you guys. And back up, so you're bending from where your thigh meets your butt cheek, right? You're dropping from there, and you're lifting from there. 2 more. Ooh, looks good. And 1 more time. Awesome. Bring it in. Bend the knees. Arms out to the side. We're going to get a really good stretch at the obliques while we strengthen and tone the obliques. So you keep your back long, your head back. Chin is up. You're going to turn and make sure you're stretching those muscles that are covering your ribs. Pull it around and bring it back into the center. Keep core strong, neck and shoulders relaxed. We'll do the same on the other side. Bringing those around and in. Okay, so you really want to get that good twist. And in. Let those muscles move. And in. Try 1 more on each side. And last one. And in. Beautiful. Let's bring the knees into the chest. And as you're hugging the knees in, you want to feel like your lower belly and your hip flexors are really strong. So you're getting them hugged in a little deeper. Spreading the lower back as we do this. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Awesome. Let's bring the feet down flat, working into our bridge pose, and then possibly going into wheel. That's up to you guys, okay? So for this bridge pose, again, when we come up, we tend to roll out a little at the hip joint so that we can come up more. I'm going to encourage you guys to rotate inward so it feels like your inner thighs go to the floor and the outer thighs and the glutes feel like they come up right on the sides. So as you come up into bridge, your knees don't turn in, your feet, shins don't turn in. It's really up here at the joint of the hip. You feel like you're squeezing it in, squeezing it in. Let those arms roll back. The top of the head is against that wall behind you. And you're breathing in and breathing out. Now, if you're doing wheel pose, you bring your hands right to the floor by your ears, and you go to the crown of the head. And if you just go in here, that's good. Or you can press up and come right up into your fuller wheel. And everybody make your way down when you're ready. Come all the way down. Beautiful. Bring knees in again and bottoms of your feet touch. And hold on to your feet. Knees go out to the side. So you're rotating those legs out. Bring those feet right into your pelvis. Back stays long, chest stays open. If you can grab the outside edges of your feet, hold on to them and move into a happy baby where your feet come up over your knees. Thighs are out to the side of you. Start to feel that internal rotation at your thighs. Start to hug inwards. So your arms are like inside your knees. And it feels like your knees are hugging your arms. Left one and right one. Breathe and breathe out. And we'll release the feet and go into like frog pose on our back. So you're externally rotating, you're pushing those legs out, your toes turn out to the side wall, and your back is long, so don't round your back, stretch it out, and just keep working open into your frog pose. Breathe deeply. All right, we'll bring it all in. Everything tucks in. And we'll rock ourselves right up into seated. Extend through the legs again, point the toes. Right, so get a good extension here. And again, get the hamstrings and the glutes nice and wide. Sit up super, super tall. Everyone's coming up with those elbows. Get a good stretch, okay? So pull through the arms, pull through the elbows, point through the toes. Come all the way forward as long as you can, right? So you're gonna press your hands to your feet or your legs. If you have the strap and you'd rather use that, that's fine. Right, I have a toe point on this one, toning up your legs. Lengthen your lower back forward. So if you have any rounding to your spine, try to get rid of the rounding so that you're stretching from the hips. You're breathing, breathing, breathing. All right, we'll rise up and we'll take that left foot behind you, left shin, and the knee is going to come in and point forward. Now again, if you can't do this one, then you can turn that foot in the way we normally do, right, where the knee is turned out, okay? But if you can get this shin here, right, and you're just going to press down on the shin. Get up really, really tall with the arms again. And see if you can come forward on this. All right, hold on to the leg. You come down a little bit deeper, you guys. Just try to work a release at the hip. All right, and we'll rise up, and before you switch legs, of course, we're gonna go back, right? So if you need to go onto your side instead of doing it this way, but if you can, you're gonna come back onto your forearms, and we're stretching open from your thigh to that top of the pelvic bone. So try to open space there. Try to press your shin and your knee into the floor. It is an internal rotation, so don't let it rotate out. Just hug into that hip. And stretch your belly, maybe arch your back, going back. Breathing, breathing, breathing. If you can go all the way flat to the floor, you go for it. All right, and then when you're ready, we'll come on up and we'll just change. So we'll take that left leg out and we'll bring that right one back. Okay, so that shin is down and the toes have that good point there. Everyone's lifting up when you're ready. Elbows up nice and tall. Shin is down and extend forward. So toe point, do your best. Iron out your spine so there's no rounding at that low back, so that you're flattening down into the hip joint. We're breathing deeply. Beautiful. Come on up. Going back on the forearms. And again, as you're coming here, you want to open from that thigh to that hip, right? So you're opening that up, squeezing the butt a little bit more. Shin is down, knee is pressing down. If you want to arch your back, spread the chest, the throat. If you want to lay down flat a little more to the floor, you go ahead and do that. Either way, you just want to keep pulling that hip open and breathing, getting lots of space there. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna let that go. Woo, swing it around. Bring the bottoms of the feet to touch. Bring them all the way in. Rotate open. Gonna come over to that left knee, and come down. So you can hold the knee if you want to, or you can press the other knee away, whatever works for you. But you're gonna start to come down, or you can press to the floor with your back. So you're releasing any tightness at your back. Keep trying to let it go. And we'll come up and we'll do the same thing over to the other side. So just continue to release any tightness that you may have at your back, lumbar part of the back. And letting the head come down a little bit more. And hold the knee if that works better. Pressing the other knee away. and coming up and coming into the center. And again, coming forward into the stretch of the back. So open your back super, super wide. Open the back of the neck. And feel like you're pressing your toes into the floor and lifting your heels from the floor, right? So come a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale. A little bit deeper, you guys. Use those muscles in the body to bring your body down a little more. In the back and the ribs and the tummy. You're like power crunching here. All right. And we'll let that go and come onto the belly. Okay, so we're going to do a shoulder stretch. I like using the belly for, but also continuing with our back bending. So if that back bending gets a little too much for you guys, just modify, don't go as high. But what I want you guys to do is get your legs straight and still feel like you're rotating those legs inward, right? So you're hugging into the hip joint and start to lift up and stretch your elbows. And open up your lower belly, your tummy, your chest, and your shoulders. So focus more on chest and shoulders here, neck. And when we come down, you're going to stretch both arms out like a T. So they go all the way out like a T. You're going to turn to the left, pick up that left foot, and flip it over to the right. And you're turning and dropping the head down. And we'll pick up that left arm and reach it back like you're gonna join your hands together, but don't do anything different. Don't like drop your hand down or rotate or anything. Just try to squeeze your elbows toward each other and breathe deeply. And let your head go back rather than forward. And keep squeezing those elbows toward each other. So bottom elbow and top elbow squeeze toward each other. Just pull them. Lots of energy there. And slowly release and come back to your T. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll turn the head to the right. Bend that right knee. Bring it over. And lift that right arm straight up, like airplane lift. Just launch it up there. And just pull your elbows toward each other. Let your head go back. A lot of times the head will roll forward, like the forehead will roll forward. And so you guys just keep squeezing both elbows toward each other. Bottom one to top, top one to bottom. And just keep pulling, pulling, pulling as much as you can. Really, really squeezing out those shoulders. And release. Woohoo! All right, we're gonna come up onto the hands and knees and bring the top of your head to the floor. So you're in this kneeling position. Top of your head comes down. And gently, don't put a ton of weight on it. Just gently use your hands and your feet and your shins to manipulate and massage around the top of the head and maybe stretching the muscles around the head. So you got all these muscles that cover the head. You just kind of roll around. Don't stress out the back of the neck. Make sure you keep space at your throat when you're doing this, and you're breathing while you do it. Now see if you can find the very center top of your head. Root your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Hold that in place. Clasp your hands behind your back again, and lift up the arms to the ceiling. Don't put a lot of weight on your head. Put it up, 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 or into your legs. Beautiful. All right, let's release. Let that go. I got one more hip opener, you guys. Let me see, which way am I turning? Right knee forward for pigeon pose. So it's kind of like a modified. So this heel is really close to your hip on this one, and the knee is out to the side. So when you guys do this one, point your knee out to the side. Open up your glute and your hamstring. So you're going to take this outer part of your hamstring and reach it open, 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 open. You're externally rotating that hip joint. Now your back hip, you want to roll it down so that it's coming toward the heel. So you want to keep squeezing that back hip down, like really activate your bum there. And then bend your back knee and see if you can grab it with your shoulders are open, right? So you can grab it maybe. If you can't grab it, don't worry about it. You can use a strap or something like that. If you can, you're going to be pulling or moving that hip to the floor or to your heel, chest open, and moving that foot in a little bit more. Try to use more of your muscles in your leg than in your arm. You want to try to use a little bit more leg muscle. And if you can, stretch your head and your chest back. If that bothers your neck or something, don't do it. And we'll let that go. Woo. Settle back into child's pose for a breath or two before we go into the other side. Just let your back widen. Neutralize your spine. And then we'll try the other side. So bring that left leg forward, or side two. Knee out to the side. Again, you want to open up the hamstring and glutes. You're pulling that all out so that your pelvis can come down, right? And then you take your right hip and you squeeze it down to the heel. So you squeeze your bum. Use your bum there to get that hip down. Back leg long. If this is enough for you, you stay there. If you're able to bend and keep that hip down, you do it. And grab back if you're able to. Again, every side is different, right? So each side, I should say, is different. Right and left. And keep squeezing that glute. Pulling that foot in if you're there. Using more leg muscle to pull it in. And if you're able to do your back bend, you go for it. Pull your foot to your head, head to your foot. Keep that hip down. All right, let's let that go and come on to the back. Woo! So this is if you have the cushion or the block and we've been stretching that low back. I just want to encourage you guys not to hard tip of the pelvis. It's more of a stretch of the glutes and lower back here, right? So you're really working from the butt rather than from the lumbar part of the spine. So you try to keep your back, straight and strong, and separate your legs and just move your legs in. So you're stretching from the hamstring, from the glutes, and trying to just fold your thighs towards you without lifting your back too much off the floor, off the block. Okay, so if you're on the floor, you're just trying to keep most of your back on the floor while you close your legs. If you're on the block, you try to stay touching the block and just bring your legs down by your ears. And notice if your back is rounding and lengthen your back, open your chest. Feel like your spine is long and strong. The crown of the head is lifted. And keep bringing it in. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Beautiful job, you guys. All right. And so we're going to drop the feet down and come off of the yoga block. And you're going to bring your wrists underneath and drop your hips on your wrists and stretch out your legs. Point the toes. And stretch your lower belly all the way down so that your pelvis tips forward. So the top of your hips come forward and you start to lift and stretch your belly. This is your back bend. You want that internal rotation at your hips and point the toes. Point the toes. Now if you're able to, you go up higher and you spread your sternum and you spread your throat and you move your shoulders back and your ears back. And you're breathing in and breathing out. And slowly coming down. Coming off the hands, bringing the right knee in. Straight leg across the body. Let the hip come up off the floor for this one. Okay, so again, try to elongate your spine. Try to work from the glute rotation, and that'll help your back to open. And that arm comes out, you can hold the knee and the leg, and pulling your leg a little higher up there and a little bit more over. Breathe in, breathe out. Awesome. Let's try the other side. Bring that down. And taking that leg in and up. And come across. And again, as it comes across, your back comes up off the ground. Leg is straight. Bottom leg is straight. Spine is straight. Arm is out. And encourage an opening at the glute, at the hamstring, right? So you're trying to open that up as you breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. All right, you guys. Come right onto the back and just let the legs relax. Arms open, eyes closed, and find your breathing. Okay? So finding your inhale and your exhale here. Take a few moments here just to soften and relax and let go. So notice the mind moving, thinking, where your thoughts are. Try to let go and bring your attention to your breath. So where your attention goes is where energy flows. If you move your attention away from your thoughts and you bring it toward your breath, the energy will flow. The breath and the breath energy comes into the body. And you feel that breath and that energy coming into areas of your body where you might be stuck or you may have been stuck today. So you can breathe into your lower back. Maybe breathe into the shoulders, the neck, the hips. Maybe breathing into the heart. So the breath itself is not the energy. The breath is the transportation of energy. So the breath is moving in good energy into areas of the body where we might be stuck or stagnant. And then when we breathe out, the breath is carrying away any tension, stress, discomfort, or stagnation from these areas of the body. Just encouraging that sound at the back of the throat. And for the next few breaths, I'm going to encourage you to hold your breath in very gently in the area that you're trying to release. And then when you exhale, expel tension, stiffness from that area. And try that again. If you have more than one area, start with one. Move slowly to another one. All right, keeping your body relaxed, keeping the energy flowing. Start to open your eyes when you're ready. Open, close your jaw. Really slowly, open, close the mouth. Turning the head, fingers, wrists, toes, ankles. Turning your thighs in and out, your arms in and out. Maybe bringing your knees into your chest and rocking your spine, turning your head. So when your knees rock to the right, maybe your head will go left or vice versa, or however you like to do it. And just move your body and come to your side before you come up to seated. All right. When you do come up to seated, the good wide base. So you're going to open up those hamstrings and glutes at the base. So you have a good opening. Your pelvis will sit much better. Spine relaxes when the pelvis sits better. Shoulders nice and open. Head is balanced on top of the pelvis. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. So in yoga, we learn that, again, as I said, Where the attention goes is where energy flows. So if your attention, just notice it, is on things that are negative, like in your own life or in the world, then that's where the attention, that's where the energy is going to flow, and those areas are going to grow in our lives. If we bring our attention to the good, to the positive change, that's where the energy is going to go, and that's what will grow in our lives. So we continue to turn to the good things and not emphasize or bring the attention to the negativity, right? So bring that up nice and tall and let that other stuff just fall to the wayside. Thank you guys so much for joining. Namaste. Have a great, great day and happy Thanksgiving. I see you guys Saturday at 8 a.m. I'll see you Saturday at 8 a.m.